Tesla Model S sales appear to be crashing per the Q1 report that Tesla just put out. These are just the delivery numbers. I'll tell you what they are, and I'll tell you just generally speaking where the Tesla report stands as far as the deliveries and the sort of forward outlook and potential profits or losses for Q1. So let's get going right now. Taking over the world, electrifying the world, E4 Electric. Welcome to E4 Electric, your number one source of unbiased electric car news. If this is your first time here, there's a subscribe button down there. It's probably in red, I'm just guessing, and it's free. I know that for sure. Go ahead and click on that, and that way magic will happen, and you will have all of this electric car scoop delivered to you daily. And of course, you will also become a part of this community, which is it's a double benefit if you ask me. Okay, so let's talk about the Tesla Model S sales. I just did a video about I am an Audi e-tron reservation holder, and I'm kind of getting gold feet, so I was kind of going back and saying, okay, well, should I just get another Model S? I know my experience has been crap, and I'll expect nothing but bad service, but should I get it? And I'm realizing that getting a new Model S is it's outdated. We're waiting for the refresh, and it's any day now, and so I don't want to end up with outdated stuff. The battery is built with older cells, and the superchargers with the V3 won't really work with the current Model S. The price change has been going up and down. Overall, the base model of Model S have gone anywhere from $60,000 originally. Now it's up to about $85,000. And if anything, I just decided if I am going to go back to Tesla, it will either have to be a used Model S at like an amazing deal. And I've seen some of them for like $48,000 with only like 12,000 miles. I've even seen that deal on their website recently. Or it will have to be a Model 3. So that if I decide not to go with the e-tron, but it looks like there are plenty of people who thought that because they've sold this quarter, and some of these numbers are per Inside EVs because Tesla didn't even report a breakdown between Model S and Model X this time around. I believe it's the first time they actually did that or did not do that. So per Inside EVs, Tesla delivered just a few hundred more Model S cars this entire quarter, the Q1, that they've delivered in December. It's a major drop off, and at the same time, I'm not really surprised because it is. It's just really they've kept putting so much effort into making it unattractive that I feel like they finally reached the goal. As a matter of fact, I'm surprised they're selling any of them, and I have been the biggest fan of the Model S. I'm on my third one now. And I keep just saying that is the best between the Model S and Model 3, despite the price or whatever. If you even compare the same pricing, I would still go with the Model S. Until recently, even I was like, okay, I give up. Just Model 3 is the better option now. They also said that the outlook, and I'll go over some of the other numbers overall just in 1 second. Overall numbers for the car has dropped by 31. Not the car, I'm sorry, for the entire deliveries dropped by 31%, which also dropped the stock. Like this is what it looks like today. They also said that they are predicting they will make anywhere from 360,000 to 400,000 cars this year, which doesn't really go well since Elon Musk and Tesla is in court today in front of the judge battling SEC over the very forecast that Elon made of 500,000 cars to be made this year. So couldn't have that waited for a day, guys? Like seriously, it's just why bad timing. All right. So there are more numbers that I'm going to share with you guys, and this include Model 3 and Model X. Before that, just want to remind you guys, and let me get rid of that logo. Let me just remind you that this video and this channel is sponsored by Buyten. Check out the M-Byte, the all-electric SUV coming to the US and Europe next year, starting at only $45,000. And really, I'm a reservation holder and a fan myself. You should be as well. It's free to reserve. Just go to Buyten.com, or there's a link in the description of this video. So go ahead and browse there and reserve your Buyten today. Okay, so the other numbers for Tesla and Model S. So totally they've produced a little over 77,000 cars, but they only delivered 63,000. Now they're saying that all these numbers are low because they've had they started exporting it to Europe. In China they had some logistical problems, which I still not quite sure why, because it's not like they're first time delivering in either one of those places. Okay, that aside, They've also said they have over 10,000 of them, almost I think 11,000 in transit. Now that makes sense. See, that actually makes sense, and I think a lot of Wall Street analysts are saying like, okay, we get it, right? We get it. They've this car entered the new market. They're also trying to achieve the $35,000 version, which we know the profit margins will fall, but we also understand a lot of it is going to be in transit. So this is kind of a just one quarter. I was actually kind of surprised to read all of these reasonable comments from the Wall Street analysts, but nevertheless, they're not freaking out, and the stock is really not that much down. I think it was down by 11% in the morning, but now it's down by only 7%, and it's at a reasonable price. It seems that way, so it's fine. So now they only delivered 63,000, which is again 31% down from the last quarter. Only 12,000, a little over 12,000 were Model S and Model X's, and just like I said, they combined them this time and didn't give us breakdown between the two, and almost 51,000 of our Model 3s, which is, a little less than 5,000 a week. So the numbers are not, their numbers, people are not exactly that excited about it. But at the same time, it is, it is what it is. And at the same time, we knew it was going to be a difficult quarter. Elon, or the report is saying that it will probably affect the profitability. At least that's what they're suggesting. And I think no one's going to be surprised. But nevertheless, the earnings report is coming up pretty soon, and there will be a conference call, which we all love. It makes great news. All right, so let's talk about the positives and negatives really quick. The positives, I would say that the Wall Street is actually reacting relatively appropriately to this because, we did know that the incentives, the tax incentives were cut in half. Pretty much all of the most expensive Model 3, the demand was kind of subsided to regular, normal levels, that they will need to make the cheaper versions, which, lower profits. And most importantly, that these cars are going to be on the ship, right? Lots of ships, not one. I'm pretty sure they're using more than one, but and right now they're 10. I'm assuming they're always going to be around 10 or maybe even more, 10,000 of them on, just on the sea, on the ocean, just going to China and Europe. Definitely Europe, as you know, in China they will start producing on the Model 3 specifically for China starting pretty much at the end of this year. I have another report where it looks like the Shanghai factory is going, really, really well. So yeah, but on the negative side, it's, well, first of all, Elon promising suggesting at least 500,000 cars to be delivered this year, and then now they're correcting it, saying it's going to be 400,000 at most. So that's probably not good, especially going to court with the SEC today, as I mentioned. But also, they said they will be profitable for the rest of the year, and it looks like they're not going to be profitable Q1. Logistical problems with Europe. I'm not in China. I'm not buying it really. Like that's incompetence, if you ask me, because simply they should have known how to deliver cars in Europe and China because they've been doing it for many years now. But I do understand that there's going to be tons of those cars that are just always going to be in transit. So, but I think overall this is a pretty balanced story. So I kind of like that it's pretty balanced. Let me give a quick shout out to one of my newer Patreons, Robert. Thank you so much, Robert Samir. Thank you so much for becoming my Patreon, the only place where you can watch me live. And thank you to all of my Patreons in my community for supporting and contributing to this independent YouTube channel, bringing you unbiased news every day. If you want to join me there on Patreon, all you have to do is go to patreon.com/e4electric, and you can see that link also in the description of this video. And thank you for those of you guys who are going to join. All right, guys, looking forward to your comments. Other than that, see you next time, and remember to stay charged.